I've received a comment on one of my knitting videos, on my knitting course, LKC18, that's the reference. And the person commenting has asked me to demonstrate how I hold my needles because I do knit fast. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 2 or 3 videos, I'm not sure how many I'll need at the moment, to show you how I hold my needles, to demonstrate just that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I cast on first, then I'll show you how to do some rib and some stocking stitch. And when I'm doing the rib, what I'll be showing you is how I hold the needle and how I move my yarn when I'm coming from the back to the front of the work. So first of all, I always pull my yarn as much as possible from the centre of the ball, so it stops the ball from running around and I don't have to keep stopping to unravel it. Sometimes I might have to give a gentle tug out of the middle. It's not always successful. I've not got a lot that's come out of the middle of it. Sometimes I do, and it's just years of practice. Now I've been knitting since I was, well, before I was 9. My grandmother taught me. I used to watch my grandmother, and sadly she passed away when I was 9. So everything that I learned, really I learned from, all the basics I learned from her. And I don't know any other way to hold a needle. So even from that young age, I've always held my needles in the same way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to cast on first. And I'm going to do about 30 stitches. So what you need, first of all, I've got my ball of yarn on my right because I'm right-handed and that's where my feed is coming from. And then I've got an end yarn over on the left, and I need to leave enough yarn for me to cast on 30 stitches and some for doing some sewing up at the end. I hate seeing little bits at the end because it just means more sewing in of threads. So there's the needle. I've got hold of it. You can see it's in the crook of my thumb and it's resting on my middle finger. So first of all, yarn over the needle. Then I don't want the ball of yarn to run away, so I set my tension up, and that's how I set my tension. You can see it's twisted around my 4th finger and then under my 3rd finger there. I've always done it like this. We are all different. We'll all find a way. We all find a way of working our tension. So then I've got the yarn over it, and it's gripped tight. It's not coming. It's not just feeding through, but it will feed through as I use the yarn. So first of all, to do this for these first 2 stitches, there's the yarn over the needle. Take my thumb under the yarn, create a loop, put the needle through, grip the needle in my left thumb and forefinger and take the yarn around. There's the first 2 stitches created. Thumb under the yarn, put the needle through the loop, slide the hand up to take the yarn around. And I'm sliding the hand, my right hand, up the needle. I don't need to take my hand away from the needle. It's in contact with it the whole time, either to rest the needle or I'm just sliding up there to take the yarn around. And as you can see, as I do it, I give a gentle tug. If you give too tight a tug, your tension will be far too tight, and I want these stitches to move smoothly on the first row. It's back to setting my tension there. Needle through. There you go. So as I'm coming back through, so do that. As I come back, you can see I'm gripping the needle with my right thumb and forefinger because I don't want it to move, but also I want it to help the left hand take the stitch over the needle. It needs to be a bit tight, so there you go. And you can slow this down on YouTube. You can slow this video down on YouTube to see how I'm doing this. It pays you to stop every few stitches just to check that it is staying neat, that your work is staying neat, and that's pretty neat for me. That's fine, I'm happy with that. I'm going to carry on. And although I might be a little bit slower when I'm doing this, it's because I do want it to be neat and I want my tension to be good. I want my stitches to move. I don't like the squeakiness of tight yarn on needles. So it just takes a bit of practice, and as you can see, like I said, my hand just slides along underneath this cast on stitches that I've already done. It just slides up and down. So how many stitches have I done so far? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 24, another 6. So I've got it gripped there. There you go. 1, 2, 'And as you can see, I got faster as I was doing this, and hopefully when you've had a bit of practice you'll find that too. So that's the 30 stitches cast on. Next video I will show you how I hold the needle when I'm doing a rib.